What's going on, dude? How you doing?
Nothing much, man. Just sitting here in awe of this amazing game.
Oh, I know, man. That's all I do anymore is just research and look up things, read things, go back to articles I read more than a year ago, reread it.
Trust me, bro. I understand.
What's really cool, though, is going back and rereading an article that's over a year old, knowing what we know now, and then reading something that old. It has a different meaning to it. You know, certain things were said back then that we really didn't catch. And then now that we know so much more, reading it again, it's just like, oh, that's what they meant.
Yeah, right? It's like little Easter eggs that you pick up down the road. You're like, yes.
Exactly.
Especially Sean. He's such a secretive person. Sometimes it's awesome, but it's kind of annoying. You're like, damn, come on, bro. Tell me it.
Oh, I know, dude.
So, I was actually watching a video the other day. The one where they're leaving the spaceship in the which trailer was it? I think it's the one where he starts in the spaceship or whatever, and he takes off and you just leave. And I was just in awe, dude, because I was staring at the planet, and one side of the planet is completely lit up, and then the other side is just completely dark. And it's like, oh, I want to go to the dark side.
Oh yeah. It's an orbit too. So if you're standing on the side that's daylight, eventually it's going to turn dark anyway.
Oh, I know. Isn't that amazing? How the planet's completely orbit? Oh my god.
I know. What gets me is, are we going to have some planets that are going to be in a tighter orbit, a faster orbit, a slower orbit? I mean, could we land on a planet and you look up in the sky and it's going so fast, you get so, dizzy.
Yeah.
It's like daylight, dark, daylight, dark, daylight, dark. Like, oh god, I got to leave.
Right. I hope the night, the cycle of the planets, you know how they like, for games like GTA, for instance, the day and night cycle is not like an actual day and night cycle. It takes a couple of hours for it to turn from day to night. I wonder if when the planets are in orbit around the sun, are they gonna spin like an actual like orbit, like in game time, of course, or are they gonna spin a little quicker? You know what I mean, to make the day and night go a little by. Like,
here's what I think. Professional opinion or whatever you want to call it. I think that the game is going to have different day and night cycles, period. Just because of how the planets are positioned around the sun, closer, further away, slower orbit, faster orbit. I think that we're going to come across planets that are just like regular 24-hour periods, and some that are like maybe even 5-minute days.
Yeah.
I really think that it's going to be like that, but I don't know. He might just set it as default to, I don't know, something the same all the way around. It doesn't seem like he would do something like that. Yeah.
It amazes me though, the evolutionary level the planets can take on. Like that one planet where they start off and the planets, the animals have like neon almost on them, so they can see in the dark. Like, it's just amazing. Like, planets evolve to adapt, and it's, I don't know. The whole math system is just ridiculous. I could never.
It is. That's why I totally laugh every time I hear someone say, oh, it's going to be copy and paste, or it's going to be no variations. And I'm like, wait a minute. We have a planet that formed, and it looks like to me that the planet that he's on is in an exact orbit as the other one, and it's always in constant eclipse. Like, it's a twilight planet. So I think, like you said, the animal life, of course it didn't evolve, of course it didn't adapt, but the algorithms adapted. The algorithms made the animals evolve upon creation to live in a situation like that. And I think that's awesome.
It's just mind-boggling. Like,
it is.
I really get really irritated when I just like read through comments and I just see people constantly like, oh, I'm worried about the variation and running into similarities. Like, come on, dude, are you serious? Like,
yeah,
God,
I used to get really irritated too, but I look at it like this. I got into a little tizzy with another YouTuber, but it's not my job to try and make that person understand this game that doesn't want to understand it.
You're absolutely right.
It's the game. Let the game come out and let the game just prove people wrong. And here's the thing: even if the game does come out and it blows their mind, after all the crap that they said, they're probably still going to say, they're probably still going to say that they don't like it. So it doesn't matter. If you like it, you do. If you don't, you don't. Let's just all just get together in this big community and let's just, stare at this game and just, awe.
Yeah, right. Completely. The one thing I'm really like I'm dying to see. I want to see the multi-tool. He just won't show it. Like, I hope at E3 everything that we haven't seen yet, they'll throw it in. Like, like little bits of like oceans and like the multi-tool and like like as far as like moons and planets with rings, because he hasn't even shown us the crazy stuff yet. He said it himself. He's only showing us things that we can recognize, so we can have a an understanding of it. I can only imagine the ridiculous alien, just crazy animals that are out there deeper in the center of the universe.
Oh, I know, dude. And he did mention that there are planets with rings, so the fact that we haven't seen any of that in the trailers just tells you ain't seen hardly anything yet.
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
And it's not confirmed that they're going to be at E3 yet. IGN did put it on their site. They put their name on their site, but it wasn't confirmed. So they didn't have like an asterisk beside it, or it wasn't highlighted. So, but it's common sense, they're gonna be there.
I'll put my money on it. They have to be there, man.
Oh, exactly. When they mentioned on Twitter that they were going to be at so many conventions or whatever, they never mentioned GDC.
Oh, not at all. They didn't even mention E3.
Sorry. Oops. They never mentioned E3. I'm getting confused.
So many events.
Yeah. So that tells me that they're going to be there.
Oh yeah, totally. And the thing is that like, I hope that they're not like at the end of the show either, because because I'm gonna be sitting there in June just like waiting, like, come on, where are they? Because that's the only game I'm really, really like looking forward to. Like, I'm excited for other games like Batman and other stuff like that, but this is my gem for 2015.
Yeah, I do so much research and I'm so hyped up for this game that I got blinders on for every other game right now.
Oh yeah.
It's like No Man's Sky poisoning. It's like
it's so true.
Because everything that the game offers, and then I look at some new game that I did want to buy, and I'm just like, but you can't go there and you can't go there, and it's just, I'll just wait for No Man's Sky.
Yeah, right. I don't know, like the one thing that really like astonishes me about this game, and like I feel like they're like the community is awesome. I love it, like, everyone in the community. But beyond that, I just feel like like this game is gonna set the course for what video games are gonna be molded to. You know how like GTA defined the open world. Well, some people are probably gonna hate on me for that comment, but when I was a kid playing GTA 3, it was like, oh man, this is crazy open world. I feel like this is gonna be the next generation of like just open world, like massiveness of a video game world.
Yeah, well, you know what? I agree with you. I mean, there were other open world games before Grand Theft Auto, but Grand Theft Auto's the one that innovated it. They're the ones that brought it out of the box and made it worthwhile, worthwhile playing and fun. And so, yeah, I agree with you. And, No Man's Sky, Hello Games, they're creating a different way to make a game. They're creating, they're taking boundaries off. So,
oh, completely.
So if you want to, okay, I got my own opinions on AAA game companies, and I'm not going to express them, but
I bet they're not too good.
What could you imagine a AAA company who spends $500 million on a game doing with the same tech that Hello Games is using?
Doesn't that amaze you? It kind of like, I feel like developers right now are slapping themselves in the face. Like, how did this tiny team do this? And we have 500 people. It makes no sense.
Right. But imagine if one of these companies that do have those big, giant budgets, what could they do if they attempted something like this? If Hello Games pretty much shut them up with their low budget, I wonder what they could do if they actually set their minds to it.
Oh, I can only imagine making a procedurally generated game with 500 people in the studio. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, right.
The level of detail.
In the future, procedural generation, the next game that somebody tries to make with this tech, doesn't have to make a universe. I mean, imagine taking the, just a whole entire planet and using all this tech just to fill the whole planet with everything you could possibly imagine, and make the planet just this game, and is just one planet, and make that planet so believable, so living, breathing, that That it's just a fun experience, you know?
You know-
So the future of procedural generation doesn't necessarily just mean space or universes. It means so much more.
No, I completely agree with you on that. Honestly, I never even thought of it that aspect because No Man's Skies got me looking at the ground in space. I didn't even think about a completely just one massively detailed world. That would be insane.
Yeah, tons of AI. You know, they're procedurally doing. You know, someone was giving me a. They were talking to me about. I can't even remember the game. If anybody does, comment down below. But there's a particular game out that has a procedurally generated story.
Okay.
So whatever you do in the game, the story adapts to it, and it like changes. It's ever changing and ever adapting. So the story's
What?
constantly changing for you. Yeah, it's amazing. And
That
I
is
can't remember
ridiculous.
who was talking to me about that and what game it was. So if anybody does know what I'm talking about, even though it's pretty vague, comment down below. I'd really like to look into it.
Yeah, that's an insane concept. Can you imagine a procedurally generated story? It's like never ending.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty sick. But I have a question for you actually.
Yeah.
I would like I want to ask you, dude, like, cuz I've heard so many opinions on this and I don't know, I just like I want to understand, like, what is your take on the Atlas? Like, do you feel it's going to be a precursor to guide us to other places in the universe, or do you feel like that's the story's going to revolve around it as like a main protagonist, I guess you could say?
I don't know. I think it can go in two different ways at the same time, actually. But, you know, when you think of what an atlas is, an atlas in our real world is a collection of maps. So
Okay.
it could be that it's something that's at the center of every galaxy, along with the black hole that's possibly there and whatever. And it gives you the map to the rest of the universe, but you can't take it with you.
Yeah, see, I believe in that theory.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's just
So-
there in the moment.
Right. So you pick your galaxy that you want to go to from the atlas, and you won't know where the other locations were because you can't take that map with you. But if you want to see it again, you have to get to the center of the next galaxy. I don't know. I could be wrong. It could be something that's controlling the robotic, guardian robots.
Yeah.
But they're on the cover of Game Informer. It's got some ships flying towards it, and it is falling apart a bit, but no one's shooting.
It's funny you say that. I'm actually staring at it literally as we speak. I was like looking at it.
No one's shooting at it. You know, I don't know. I don't think it's a threat.
It's like a gem underneath too. It's like it's coming apart to get in the inside.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff. I like that. Oh man. So, as far as this game, dude, what kind of player do you see yourself being? Like, are you going to be an attacker, or do you trust people? Because I don't know. After some of the comments I've been reading, I don't know. I might be a ghost.
In my past games, I used to be a griefer. You know, I used to go around and kill on sight. You know, because it's fun, but only to a certain point. You know.
Yeah,
I mean,
completely.
I would pretty much be the kind of person that would kill on sight to the people that deserved it. You know, like the ones that I could tell are kill on sight people. I would just love to follow them around, hunt them, kill them, you know, make them mad. But in No Man's Sky, no, I don't see myself doing that whatsoever in No Man's Sky. It's just a different kind of game.
Yeah,
you know?
completely.
For me to be flying around for months and months without seeing another person, when I finally do run across a person, it's going to be a moment. I'm not going to want to just shoot that person, then I'm alone again.
It's going to be a scary moment though. It's just like, I wonder how it's going to be. Are you going to be flying and just randomly see somebody just jumping? Like, what the hell?
Yeah. even if they, you know, Sean Murray said that if they fly by you, you won't even know that they're a real player. But I beg to differ because, you know, when you're playing Grand Theft Auto 4 or 5, you know, you're looking at can you tell if it's an AI or an online driver?
Oh, completely. It's erratic.
Exactly. You know, and the same thing's going to happen, you know, in No Man's Sky. You're going to be seeing people not flying steady and even like the AI.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You're going to know right away, you know, oh my God, look, that AI's got the jitters. No, wait, that's a player.
I think they got a bug they forgot about.
Yeah.
But you know what's one interesting thing that they haven't spoke about yet, and I kind of have a theory on it.
What's that?
They talk about bounty hunting, and I feel like if you do enough damage in, you know, solar systems, and you destroy planes, you know, you destroy space stations and so on and so forth, I feel like eventually the Galactic Police will put a bounty on you. And that's because Sean has mentioned there will be a bounty hunting. I forgot where I read that, but I know I read that. And I've heard you talk about it, I think, too.
Yeah. You know, and that would be such a great aspect to the game. And, you know, with him not really wanting this to be a big multiplayer game in the beginning, I don't see that actually being the thing. And with him wanting people to play the right way, I wouldn't see why he wouldn't make something like that happen, you know, because he doesn't want to reward you for killing animals, but at the same time, he doesn't want to stop you.
Yeah, it's completely free to play, you know?
Yeah, he also said they took away the ability to be able to stint a certain species, because he said his reasoning was he thinks that the players will go crazy trying to get to the last one. Okay, but that's not true. He just doesn't want people making that the game.
Yeah, you know? Yeah.
He doesn't want people going around just wiping out something that is, you know, in this universe that's supposed to be forever. He doesn't want to be erased, you know, by some stupid kid.
Some jerk.
But in my opinion, I believe that the ability to be able to make something extinct should still be in the game. I believe that stupid players, you know, like I might do something that's stupid, you know, but it's like, I don't think it's possible because it'd be too many. It's not like, oh, there's a bunch of deer in this forest. Well, guess what? The entire planet's a forest. So you're not going to be able to find them all. He's right about that. So, you know, I don't know, but the ability to be able to go after people who are destroying the animals, destroying the resources on a planet, maybe even killing on sight to everybody they see and having them as a bounty that we could all go after is just amazing.
Oh, that would be awesome. A nice chunk of units. That would be a good little payload.
Yeah, exactly.
But
what about you? What do you plan on doing in No Man's Sky?
To be quite honest, I see myself as an explorer. Like, I've always been to into exploring games, you know. So like you know, in GTA, for instance, I'll go to the top of the mountain just because, and I'll walk there just because, you know, why not?
Exactly, yeah.
So I feel like I see myself landing on planets and, you know, saying like, you know what, I think I might stay here for a week. I'm going to gather a bunch of resources, see what the land has to offer, you know?
That's a really good way to play it, yeah. Just decide that you're going to go to a planet and stay there for a week. That's amazing, you know, because even if you went to all and they're calling it objective markers, points of interest.
You could see them.
Yeah.
They're little blue like circles almost.
Yep,
I feel like.
And some of them are crashed ships too. And if you went to every one of those and you cleared them off, and then you know, you still have landscapes that still to see. You know, like even if it's a barren planet, I'm gonna like the barren planets just as much as the life, you know, planets filled with life, because the barren planets are just going to be amazing to me. It's because when you think of space, every planet we know is barren. So it's like, you know, and that's also another thing. I don't care how many of those barren planets look like gray rock. You know, because
just the fact that it's a planet, you know, it's like it's huge.
Exactly.
Like I don't know, like when I play this game, the reason I say a week is because I feel like, and even staying on a week of like just being on a planet for a week won't do it justice, because I don't think people fully understand. I don't even think I or you fully understand how massive these planets are and how big this universe is. Like, we just have a small taste. Like, if you watch the galactic map video and you see him zooming through those stars, that's just a tiny piece of the universe. Like, I don't know, like, I think the first day when we get the game and we zoom all the way out and we see the entire galactic map, we're gonna truly know what he meant when he said, like, yeah, you know, you can see your friends, but it's not gonna be easy.
Good luck finding them. No Man's Sky, the hide and seek game of your life.
Right? Wishing to see somebody.
Yeah.
But just like the scale of the planets, it amazes me. It really does.
It's like Earth. You know, it would take you, God, like more than 10 lifetimes to discover everything on Earth, to go everywhere, every inch of it. You know, probably even more than that. So in No Man's Sky, it's going to be the same way. They're so big that you're not going to be able to go to every part on that planet in your life.
Hell, we're still discovering new things about our own planet.
I know.
You know, we can't possibly figure out a whole planet in like a couple of days, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I do like, a lot of people complain about this. I do like the transition from planet to space. I think it's fun and it's not too much, but at the same time it's not strenuous and like, damn, I hope I don't crash.
I just played a game. I just downloaded a game called Evo Churn Mercenary.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm saying it right. Evo Churn Mercenary, and it's a game kind of like No Man's Sky. You could go onto the planets, you can go discover and explore and get into battles. It is kind of story oriented. It cannot, I don't think that it could be fit in the same category as No Man's Sky, although you could do some of the same things. But going onto a planet, it took me 3 hours to land on a planet.
Is that hard?
Yes, because I kept burning up in the atmosphere because I wasn't doing it right.
You see, like stuff like that. It's
yes,
like, damn.
exactly. So I'm really happy that No Man's Sky is pretty simple. You know, you fly through the atmosphere. Although I wish that the transition would last at least 8 seconds.
That makes sense.
And here's why. Because I would like to fly really high above the planet's surface, like really, really high up, and not worry about popping back out into space.
Yeah, that looks like it would get annoying.
Now, with that said, I know that Sean Murray said that some planets they're going to differ, and when you're watching the what trailer is it? It's the Portal trailer.
Okay.
He goes on to that the planet with the portal on it. For some Gorgol? Is it Gorgol?
Yeah, I think it's Gorgol.
When he goes on to that planet, and look at the transition from space to the planet, and it's actually longer than any other that he's done so far.
That was a huge planet, though, too. That was a really big planet.
Exactly. So it will differ. You know, so me wanting 8 more seconds, it's probably immature of me because I haven't even played the game, so I don't even know yet. You know, and I should go based on what he said. And what he said was that is going to differ per planet.
That makes sense. The one thing that gets me, though, is that he's confirmed that there's going to be all water worlds. But how are you expected to land your ship on these all water worlds? It makes me wonder, like, although we've seen trailers where there's ships underwater, I wonder if you can bring one underwater. You know, like how do you land on a planet that's all water? Like,
well, he said you can't take your ship underwater. He said you have.
Oh, he's confirmed it.
Yeah, he confirmed it in the Game Informer podcast. It's like an hour long.
Oh, okay.
He then said that you have your suit, which you have to upgrade. Your suit to go underwater, you have to upgrade it to go underwater and stay there longer to go deeper because, you know, there's pressure. And he said that, well, he didn't say, here's what I think. On an all-water planet, you're going to have trading stations that are going to be floating on top of the water.
Oh, okay. That would make sense.
Or maybe you're even going to have, like, landing pads that have no station on it at all, so you could, you know, land on the landing pad and then you just jump right off into the water.
Kind of like that Star Wars. I think it's the Attack of the Clones. I forgot the planet.
Yes. Exactly.
What's it called? It's gonna bother me.
Does it start with a Y?
Something. I can't remember the name, but
sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, somebody will know in the comments.
Exactly. Those two dummies don't even know.
Fake Star Wars fans. Yeah, but I don't know, man. There's another thing they haven't shown yet either is moons. Has he said that there's going to be moons orbiting planets?
I believe he mentioned it a really, really long time ago. But here's, you know, again, even if we don't have any moons, the planets are so close to each other. Are they not just like a moon? I mean, when you're standing on one planet, you could look into the sky and see the planet you were just on. So
yeah, that's very true.
You know, the only difference is it's not really, you know, it's going to have an atmosphere and it's going to be larger. But you know, I'm pretty sure that they're going to add moons into it.
I wonder if that would actually like have real like effects on the planet itself. Like, would it affect their water? You know how like the moon affects our tide and stuff. I wonder if it would affect the oceans on the planet. That would be really interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't see why not, actually.
God, this game, it's just, that's the beauty of it. It's just limitless. You could think away. Like, sometimes I sit at night and I'm just like, damn, I wonder if I could do this or that. Start piecing things together. I'm more so interested in what's going to happen when we get there. Like, I feel like, is it going to be like, it's just going to, like, are we going to go to another galaxy and then we're going to start at the edge again? And that's why he wants our friends to be there, because now our new objective is just to get to the center of that galaxy and so on and so forth.
I think that's possible, but I also think that going to another galaxy is not the only thing that happens at the center. I think there's something else that goes along with it. So I think it's more than one thing.
Okay.
So I don't know what that is, but he said that something happens that's worthwhile for taking the trip, you know, and he also says, why do you go there? To see what's going on, to see what's happening. So I think there's more than one thing that we're going to experience when we get there.
Imagine unlimited hyperdrive.
Yeah. And that's another thing. He said that you can put, you have a planet's favorite list. He said so that you could go back to planets that were your favorite. Now, he said that in the Game Informer podcast. So,
I'm sorry, what were you saying, man?
So he said you can go back to those planets. So what I wonder, can you just warp, no matter how far away you are, directly to that planet, or are you going to have to journey back to it?
I think so, and I'm going to tell you why. If you listen to the Game Informer 70 Questions, when he's asked, can you put a flag down on a planet? He says, well, sort of. And he kind of makes a little snide smirk, you know? Yeah. And it definitely leaves you a hint. All right, maybe waypoints. We can lay a waypoint down and we can come back to that planet. So that, I don't know. That's what I took from that. I could be completely wrong, but
no, that's a good thing. Yeah. I thought maybe they were going to do something like if you die on a planet, that your ship, or like if you crash your ship or whatever, your ship stays there, and if you come across a ship on a planet, then that's it's been another player's ship, and you're going to be able to see how they died.
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know, but you know, a flag being a waypoint is a lot. That's a lot. You know, makes more sense.
Yeah, I recently just saw the GDC the procedural art thing.
Yeah.
And oh my God, man! Like just the variation was. Just when he explains the system and just like how it breaks down, and I think at one point, if you look in the back screen, it just shows like a bunch of GIFs just of him, just the probes landing on the planet and just checking everything out. And if you really pay attention to some of the screens, you could just see these crazy rock formations and just like crazy colored skies and land. It's ridiculous, man.
Dude, it was amazing for you, coming on the show, dude. I love it, and that's my favorite thing that I like to do when I'm making videos is being able to talk to some of the people that are interested in the same thing that I am and watch my videos. So
completely, dude.
That's totally a payoff for me.
Oh, no, it's awesome, man. I'm glad to be on the show, you know what I mean? You're bringing a gigantic community together. Without you, I'm pretty sure, we wouldn't all be as niched as we are getting,
Yeah. All right, dude. I thank you so much for coming on the show, man. And I look forward to talking to you again.
Oh, no problem, man. Thanks for having me, bro. I'll definitely be seeing you around.
Awesome, dude.
Take care. Take it easy, Cobra.
Yep. Too, man.